have you noticed that when money's short, it's like, it's really short? Like you're thinking there's never going to be enough. And when you're working at changing that, you finally go, okay, I can do this. I'm going to have enough. I'm going to have more money than month rather than more month than money. It's a really slow journey to get some momentum, to shift it from too short to having enough.
Moving forward with the DekkerTeam. Moving forward together with the DekkerTeam.
Well, today it's Yetta Dekker who is here with you again. Super excited that you are with us on another episode of the Inside Track on Real Estate. And today I'm with Kelly Wilson. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Yetta.
And I love that Kelly has been on a lot of shows with us to help us, because we all need it. We all deserve it. We all benefit from sharing tools, sharing ideas, and sharing insights that will really move us from where we are to where we're going. And so that's what we're going to do today.
I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Me too. And today it's an interesting topic. It's called the Giant ATM. And the Giant ATM is nothing more and nothing less. Not the automated teller machine. No, that's not what it is. Well, that is what it is as well. The other thing it is your house, is an investment property, is real estate. Mm-hmm. Because often, and we'll share my story in just a minute, we have utilized our house, our real estate investment, that one that we're living in, as a giant ATM. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily a great idea, so we're going to explore when it's not a good idea to utilize the house. And then on future episodes, we'll also talk about when it is a good idea and how to use it wisely. And then we'll talk about what do we do when we no longer really need to be maybe having that real estate, or how do we make the most out of it once we have it. Mm-hmm. So we'll go through the whole thing from the beginning to the end. And the idea really is we can either sabotage our efforts or we can accelerate our benefit and our results, right?
Absolutely.
So this is confession time. I always struggle when it's confession time, because confession time for us, for Ken and I, is we did it wrong. We used our house, the equity in our house, as a mammoth ATM machine, which just meant, well, there wasn't even that much equity at that time. We only did it 3 times. Is that embarrassing, Kelly?
No.
Well, I think it is. So 3 times we did it kind of the wrong way. And then we learned. Mm-hmm. We learned that that wasn't working for anybody, including for us. Well, actually, that's not true. It was working for somebody. It was working for the financial institutions. It just wasn't working well for us. It created a lot of stress. It created a lot of anxiety. And we were thinking, Ken and I both, what's wrong with us? Why can't we live off the money that we are earning? Like, why is it every 2-3 years we find ourselves going to the bank, really with our tail between our legs, except they were kind of eager to see us. They were kind of enthused and excited. And so there was this conflict, this frustration happening within us, and it created arguments and fights within the marriage and within our relationship, which were not pretty at all. And really all we were doing was living just a little bit every day beyond our means. And it took us 3 times, and then we learned how. So now 30 odd years later, we're sitting here and we're saying, we can help you understand what not to do, and now we can help you understand what to do. Mm-hmm. So right now, Kelly, what are those 3 ways that we often, not we, as in all of us, but many of us have done this? Because my clients share this story with me all the time as well, as I know yours do, where they come in and they go, okay, Kelly, I need to refi. And they bought their house for $300,000, and now they're refiing because it's gone up in value for $450,000. right?
Yeah.
So what are the reasons that people do that don't serve them, that actually are counter-helpful?
So we do see a lot of when the applications come in and people are looking to either consolidate or pull funds out to refinance. You know, is this an isolated incident? Is this a pattern that we're seeing, right? What are the funds being utilized for? Is it being enhanced in something that they're currently doing, or was it a season of their life, or is this an ongoing situation? We can tell fairly quickly and really diving into the personal relationship with the client how we could better serve them and whether it makes sense to do it or continue on the track, right? So when people are living beyond their means, is it because they want to buy big ticket items, right?
So that's one of those things, right? We
Absolutely.
went out and we bought a boat on credit.
A car that's more expensive than the annual income. We see that, right?
So that's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea.
Number one.
That's very
Large
bad.
ticket items that we really don't need, we just want.
Right.
And when we have the money for them, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Or potentially a great idea.
Yeah.
And then number two, you were saying, is when they're living beyond their means from a lifestyle perspective.
Absolutely. Right. They might be eating out every single day, vacationing every couple of months. So again, just not necessarily utilizing the funds that are left. And after taxes and everything with the net dollars, you do have to have a budget, right? You do have to sit there and say, okay, we want to put money away for those things as opposed to maybe financing it through the property, right?
Right.
And the other one is school, marriage, things that we want to help our children, right? We want to be that shining armor for the people that we love. And you know, we've built up there, we see the properties have gone up and we want to be able to service that, but maybe sit back and look.
Right, because it's not only just our kids sometimes.
No,
it's somebody it's a sister, it's a friend, it's somebody that we've watched really struggle and we think we want to help them.
Mm-hmm.
And yet maybe it's not a great choice.
Yeah.
So learning to say no.
Learning to say no, or being able to say, okay, we have to plan a little bit further ahead of time, right? As opposed to maybe knowing something like that is coming. There's always unforeseen, but certainly if you do have children or you see your parents aging or what have you, then could we maybe scale back on what we really want to do, what our heart wants to do, but may not be, you know, exactly what we should be doing financially, right?
So the three things, and maybe you can relate to this, that you sometimes will utilize the money in your house, the equity, the money that you have saved. Like, have you ever done it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. We've all done, you know. I've certainly, maybe not everybody, I've certainly done it in the past. Absolutely.
So the three big reasons that we see people doing it, that doesn't help them. It actually hurts them and actually sabotages them, not just in the moment, ongoingly for the future.
Yeah.
And even for their kids. So the three real quick from a summary perspective, because if you see yourself in this, you might want to say, maybe I need a little bit of input. Maybe I need a little bit of coaching. Maybe this just isn't something I want to keep doing. Because when it's the last time that you're going to consolidate, it may be a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So we're not saying never.
No.
We're saying these are the three reasons. What are they, Kelly?
The three reasons
Not to
do it. Again, living beyond your means, looking to pay for things that may not make sense in the long term, and looking at servicing a lifestyle, right?
Right.
So big, high ticket items, high interest, servicing lifestyle, and of course, maybe just thinking twice about
who to help
and
and how to
how
help them.
them, right?
Right. And really the second one that you're talking about is depreciating assets.
Absolutely.
Something that's worth less today.
Yeah.
Or worth less tomorrow than it was today. That's a bad idea.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.